Do, 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 do. There we go. Well, guys. Let's see. What I want to talk about today is this the rapture. Well, what we expect of the rapture is a one-term event type. We are going to get it, um, whether it whether it's coming or going, and everyone's supposed to get it. And those people that don't get it are left behind on Earth. And you'll find that, this has been long waited for. This has been long waited for. And it actually becomes the works, the works in our Bibles and stuff like that is the works. Is the Bible, it's the words, it's a list of whatever the hell that the Bible tells us to follow. And it's an outside situation, and it's not an inside situation, outside of us, outside and not inside. And so we'll find that the Bible is telling us about what we can do to ensure this connection right now. And so it doesn't mean it's something that you wait on. Okay, what you're supposed to is you're supposed uh, to worry about the. See, what are we supposed to be worried about? Uh, it's the vow of the Samson, the vow of this. What was Jesus? What was he? Hmm. The vow of the Nazarene. All right. So the Nazarene is to remain unclean until his day when he's working or when he can go in front of God. So he's supposed to be unclean. He's supposed to be unclean. And so he goes on and he's in the days until it's past his adult lives, which by the way, we have about 7 years to play this part. And 7 years, 7 years is 1,000. Well, 1 year is only 1,000 years in the day of the Lord. He only has 1,000 days. It equals one. Okay, equals one. Okay, so when we started this thing off years and years ago, without any knowing that whenever it comes down time to the day, would be now. It would be us claiming to get out of this early. And so us as we are today, we come out of religion and we're like, oh my God, this was not about a God. That this was about you and me. They've got it down to individuals. And it's individuals that actually can understand it and can see that we are the copy of this copy. That we are what's supposed to be in the book. So as we see ourselves as this boy following along the lines of God, a science, a science where we're supposed to be following our future. If you plan it that way, if you plan it to be like that, then it works out great. You know, you're walking his way. You're not going his way. You're walking his way. And when you're walking his way, you're not being close to him, but you're getting closer to his word. You get away from Father's word, the Father, who the word was made for, which was you. You know, it's just you. And so when you mold it all together, when you mold it, when you tying all these lines together now, wow, you get to be the guy. It's the truth, but you finally get to be the guy, and you finally get to put on the robes, that are supposedly someone else's, but you put it on yourself. And so you sit down when you finally figure out that you are this this well, that it would be that that if what you did is you find yourself in the way that you are the main. God damn it! It means, hey, when you're starting off reading, you're finding out that you are that guy Cain. When you find yourself out that you're Cain, you're supposed to kill yourself, and everything great will happen to you from this point. But that's just the first time. That's your first time that you get to kill yourself, and and it's a good one. He is the guy. He is the guy for us to kill ourselves over. And so when we kill ourselves, we don't have to kill ourselves. We just have to kind of go through. We go through the valley of the we go through the valley of dust, and you say, we just go through this. Yeah, you go through this in a meditative state where you're meditating. You're doing it yourself. You're doing it yourself. You've got to be in charge of this. So here you go. You're killing yourself, and you're going to get some great big sort of bad or good thing out of this. All right. You now have got you've sorry. All right. You're going down. You've decided to let your right mind take over. So we let our in this right mind. This right mind is our female energy. It is also the female. It's a part of it. It's the Holy Ghost. All the time that we are running around is with Father. Is all. That's all. We're all in there with Father. He doesn't have a girl. He doesn't have a light. He doesn't carry his light. But he does carry us our food, our wants, our desires, everything. Everything. So this is who we are first. We have to come without a mother. And we come without our child, our son, our child. This is only of the brain. It is a child of the mind. Okay? Not an outside child, not nothing like that. But we all have a chance to grow from here. So they set off we would set off to find this connection ourselves. And so the thing would be, Ricky, sit down and go into meditation. So I would go into meditation and I would think about Jesus. I would think about climate. I would think about somehow just making the movement within myself. Then I'm going to take, let's see what will happen. You begin to do you go through the idea of the happenings of, okay, so now my man has left. Now my man, I've gone into meditation. I've thought about it and created this child. And so the child is out. The man is asleep, me, but I'm awake. I'm now awake in the child. And the child's setting out to get a hold of these different things. He's going to also have to bring up you with them as the, who's been harboring me, and stuff like that. What have I been learning from this man? So he's really brought on the outside, and he's asleep. And while he's asleep, mother comes in and splatters him with water or something from it's the idea that the boat, what we are when we're alive, we're a situation that can create a living, loving being, where there was one before, but it had no mother, had no creative mother, nothing along the lines of was going to give you good. You're being we're given a female of the street. So the female of the street would be the missionary, or would be your missionary. That's all you get out of that. She's going to replace her, because when mother comes, she's going to kick her to the curb. And we've had enough of that girl. We had enough of her to last us a whole lifetime, or then a few of those lifetimes. And as far as I'm concerned, it's the end of the day for me, So the end of the day for me is I'm going to go up there and search for the end of time. That I'm going to search for it. I'm not going to wait around for several thousand years and again, by doing it their way. Or did you read it right? To learn to read this thing yourself, and you learn to do it correctly, and then will you come out of this, And so here we go. Now you've gone up and you've given this the skin and whatever it is that gives it the power to be. You've rattled them. You've now given them a big earthquake. It's an earthquake in our mind. And the lower mind is shifted. The lower mind becomes shifted and lifted into place. And then the lower mind, or the higher mind, which is the right side, this is what causes the right side to become justified. This is what causes it to be one. This is what causes it to be even. And what even means is Ra-El. Is Ra-El. Those three coming together is the idea that this is set now to be this place. It's not like this, not side to, one side's lower and, whatever. It's the lower mind. What is left? What is the left? And so now the lower mind is never again going to be lower again. And then the person himself no longer goes on and teaches the prophet. I mean the things of Jesus's words. Jesus's words would then become the part that makes us whole. It's Jesus's words. It's individuals. The individual words go to the individuals that are looking to obtain this wonderful freedom when we join the Father, when we join them all together. So we get you know, me, myself, and I get an I out of this. All this, we're all three one, and that's it. That's it. You don't go through any you don't go through many new things. You don't go through new things. You don't go, oh, you got a new life and you got it now, you don't have anything like that. I really don't know what it is, what you get out of it. But I've gotten a few things, and I've gotten out of them, and I've gotten over them. And I'm just looking to, I don't know. I don't know what I am looking to do. But until I figure it out, and until you figure it out too, we're going to be reading the Bible, and we're going to try to get this on our own to become something that takes care of you. Then the next few parts of the Bible would be 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, and they have to do with control. Control has to go with that the mind now has control on both sides of it for good, and you got the control on both sides, so you get a little bit of him and you get a little bit of her. And so if you were to think about that, you get both of them. We get their counsel. Their counsel is with them too. Their counsel comes down from heaven and comes down to earth, comes down to you, stars, comes down to you, the person. And you can't be in worse hands. You can get in some hell like I've been, and have it work its way out of you. It's most supposed to be making the things that come against you go away, and here I've got them coming. So there's something we have to say about the Bible, and that is that it does take away those things that bother you, and those things that bother me. But to tell you the truth, it's still something about being, this guy on earth, you know. But anyways, we do know that the thing is about you and me, about the Bible. It's about you and me, and how do we get out of this place. So let's see. Do we get a little more? Damn. Oh, there we go. I'll see you guys later. And best to you.